All right, so real quick, I just want to tell you that you're not going to see me in my close-up angle in this video because the camera decided to not use any autofocus, and it just looks like there's Vaseline on the lens. So I'm just going to not use the angle. Thanks.
Oh, we are back. Another pour.
Have not done another pour in a hot minute. We
did-
apologize.
I
Life
missed this, truly.
has been crazy.
Yeah.
We've had a lot going on.
Yes.
Travel, distillery stuff, just
Last week.
everything. Last week was the week of weeks.
Last week was a mecca
It was a
for
trying
me.
week.
Yeah.
It was a trying week, but we made it.
Last week was my mecca.
Mecca.
Mecca of the combination of
Oh my
the,
God,
all
that
the
cat
businesses
just limping around,
operating
looking
together.
so sad. You know, it hurts my heart. But you
No,
know
he's
what?
going to the vet in about an hour.
Still has enough energy to claw stuff.
Hey, stop. Hey, go. You've already ruined the computer chair. Let's stick to that. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna go a little
wanna
13th
get
County
up there?
double oak because I have it and it's delicious. And this is my bottle that I paid for personally. Before you leave, I need a label. That reminds me, you owe me $250 too.
Okay. Whoa, what? Oh, for the car parts?
No.
Oh.
For the, I'll just cut this. 100
Yeah.
was for this.
Yeah.
And then the light was 150 something.
That's it?
Yeah, I think so.
You know what I said after? Okay, so we can just
All right, we'll get into the first story. We got to talk about this.
I
Dan's
have a really good haunting story too. We need to get to.
Dan's got a real backing up issue. If you're parked behind the 4Runner, you're gonna get hit.
You're gonna get hit.
You're
dude.
gonna get hit. It's gonna
Listen,
get smoked.
I can't even argue. You're gonna get hit.
Dan just keeps backing into
Hand me
things.
that origin, please.
The last thing that was ran into was my dad's car because the Audi is still at the shop,
Hey,
which we
really.
can come back to
Hey,
that
thank
too.
God though. Honestly,
But neither of us could afford the Audi.
buddy, okay. So really quick, just I'll have a little TLDR on this.
Yep.
Okay.
We're here.
TLDR.
It was Friday.
TLDR, chaos week last week.
Yeah.
I had there was too much on my plate and I was trying to manage it all. And I was like, just trying to get through it. And listen, last week was a great, very productive week. So that was all beneficial.
A lot of things got done.
Very good things good things happened. Now, Friday, obviously end of the week, but it was going to end up being a busy day.
Mm-hmm.
People were coming to Virtue. Joe B come over with his son, hang out, just see the space because they were in town. They'd emailed, "Hey, are you guys open?" It was like, we definitely can be,
there, yeah.
whatever. So comes over, hangs out, which is cool. Realistically, first visitor ever will be Joe B now.
I mean, not really.
Since it was a distillery.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's fair.
Like legally,
Yeah.
technically, you want to come over here?
You're a little hurt cat.
And
Need some help. Good boy.
so he comes over. Well, we knew that we had Franchi and Travis coming over later or whatever. So anyways, Klein came over. But anyways, so we needed to shoot something Friday morning.
Yep.
So, and I still
We ended up
needed
just doing a live.
and I still needed to do a bunch of editing. So I got up super early. I got up at 5, 3 days last week to work, which was not my favorite thing I've ever done, but
Yeah, I got up at 5 twice.
getting shit done. So had a couple edits, got those done.
It's called stress.
Sean gets here. I'm going to take 90% of the blame on this accident. Are you good with 10?
5.
You're good with, I'm not giving you 5.
I'll take
You're
5%.
taking 10. Sean parked
How?
3 feet.
Oh, no, it's more than that.
I drove over my deck to get out. I drove on my deck.
It was probably 5 feet.
I'll give you 5 feet.
Okay. So I'm 5 feet. Dan is parked straight.
Straight.
I came up and parked at an angle behind him because
Yep.
we eventually were both
We were
going to
both leave, yes.
So in my thoughts, I was like, if I'm angled like that, he could still back out and around.
Oh, that wasn't even possible.
I don't know. I also had enough room to like keep going
Sure,
around.
yeah,
you.
yeah,
So
for
like,
sure.
I thought we were going to leave.
Your turning radius and mine, come to find out.
Yeah, so I parked behind him.
400's a fucking
I was
monster.
mid-live stream. Dan was leaving. Okay, this is why
In
I'm
a
only
hurry.
taking 5.
In a
Because
hurry.
you walked out
Yeah.
and looked at both vehicles.
Oh, I didn't.
But they're
No, I was
right in
carrying
front.
stuff out.
They're right in front.
I was carrying 3 cases of rye to take back to Virtue because people were coming today or that day.
Anyways,
And I was almost late.
they were parked directly in front of the eyesight of you walking
True,
out.
in
So I
theory.
assumed we were good. I'm mid-live stream and I hear this like crunching, smashing noise.
was loud.
And I thought Dan for sure just hit the car.
I did.
I did not say a word on the live stream. I go, nah, I'm hearing things like that. Nope, that
Could
was
have been
definitely
anything.
not what
Could
I
have been
heard.
anything.
And I even talked myself out of it. Look at my phone at the end of the stream. Go just back in your dad's car.
Yep.
Cool, man.
So,
We got a headlight on the way. I have to do that tonight. Basically.
I was late
Supposed to be there
going
tomorrow.
to Virtue. Needed to be there by 10.
Mm-hmm.
We started the live stream late.
Yep.
Everything was just running behind. And so as
For a week.
I'm running out the door with whiskey that needed to go to Virtue in case Joe B intentionally asked, hey, do you have any whiskey that I can buy while I'm there?
And we had a couple rye too
So
still.
and it was all here. So I'm carrying the cases out, run out, get in just drop it in the back of the 4Runner, get in the 4Runner, hit the ignition button, put it in reverse. My screen says starting on it. I let off the gas pedal before my backup screen even comes up. It's just crunch. My backup screen comes up and all I see is the front of the car.
How much was that car?
What car?
The 4Runner.
Too expensive to not have a fucking sensor.
Yeah,
What are
that's
we
where we're
doing
going here. Yeah.
Like, we don't have, you know what we have? We have rear traffic sensors.
Yeah.
If you're
that's
traveling,
based off the camera, though.
yeah, but if you're traveling near my car
Yeah.
and I'm backing up,
Yeah.
I'm getting beat.
That's based off the camera, not any sensors. I have parking sensors.
Sure.
And then the camera that does the cross stuff.
yeah,
too.
sounds great. If we're going to include any sensors, in theory, a backup sensor would have been the freaking move. Needless to say, screen's not even up. I hear crunch. I'm like, motherfucker.
You like backing in the cars.
already overwhelmed.
You love backing in the cars.
I'm already fucking I'm just over it.
Yeah.
I pull forward, crank steering wheel. Have to drive on the deck to
Keys
get
are
out.
in it. You could have just moved it.
Had to get up.
You would have probably
At this
crashed
point-
it into
buddy,
something.
I had damn near driven it into my house before I got out and moved a different car. I didn't even look at your car. I didn't even look.
Yeah.
I got out and I called Ricky and I go, back to Deshaun's dad car. Will you go look at it and see what it looks like?
Yeah.
Because like, I don't
know I
don't even have
fucked it
time to
up.
look out. I don't even have time to look at my car.
Yeah.
I didn't even
so
look at my
I
car
called
until I got to
911
Virtue.
and said, I'd like to report a hit and run driver.
Sounds good.
And
Fucking private property, bitch.
that doesn't make it not an
Nah, you
accident.
need a
Dan.
warrant to get over here. Fuck you guys. So, anyways, so I get to Virtue. Bumpers fucking rocked. Cheapest
Somehow-
option from right now, $1,400.
Yours came out worse than the car.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cheapest option, $1,400 on my car.
Good build quality. I got to say why I have my dad's car, not the Rat, because the Rat has been, it is the 25th of October. It's been there since the 4th. I'm pretty sure. It's been 3 weeks today. It's been there because I took it there. They said, hey, we have to call Audi Tech. Audi Tech said, hey, it's tuned. We won't tell you anything about it. Went and put the stock file back on there. And then I had to call them for an update and said, hey, what's
You
going on?
got lucky
It's
on
been
this,
another
by
week.
the way. You got lucky on the guy.
Yeah.
You did get lucky on the
he goes,
guy.
hey man, I own a bunch of modified vehicles.
Yes.
I just need to know, do you have any modified parts so I'm
Yes.
not chasing stuff down? Can you put it back to stock? And I go, yeah.
You
I put the
finally
stock file
found
back on.
one
That
person.
guy was cool.
Yes. You got lucky with that guy. A lot of dealers would have been like, it's tuned, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Like, period.
They finally look at it. And because I wasn't going to leave it there that day. They
Right,
just
I
told
know.
me it'd be
Yeah.
longer if I didn't. And
But
I
you've
didn't
never
flash it
removed
back.
the tune to
Yeah.
take it there.
No.
Which is like,
they've never
a lot
caught
of people
it.
don't.
Audi Tech
Yeah.
would check it. They would not.
And they did.
So eventually they go, all right, cool. Audi Tech says you need a new wire ran from your ECM to your O2 sensor. Okay, one wire. How much could that be? Get the quote, $1,180. I go, what? How? I look at it. They sent me the parts list. I literally just go to AudiParts.com, which is from Audi of America.
Yeah.
They will ship you any manufacturer part.
Yep.
I type in everything. I total it up. It's 50% of the quote that they gave me for parts. I'm already mad.
Sure.
I look at it, 4 hours of work. It's over $200 an hour for them to look at my car or to work on my car. So they want just like a little north of $800 and about $40 for labor to
replace the wire.
a single wire.
I'd love to watch. I'd love to know.
Oh, I'd film the whole fucking thing.
I just love to watch.
I got to make some money back.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
And if you guys are here and listening and know that we were going to do samples if we covered the cost of a Voyage bottle,
Turkey.
we didn't. It stopped at $200.
Close though. No, it's like $240 right now.
$217.
When did you check?
Like yesterday.
Really?
I think it was like $217. $224 maybe. Like it's low 200s.
I could have swore it was $230.
Low 200s.
Interesting. We're close.
Anyways.
That's close.
We can still rip a sampler too.
The cellar age paid for itself, which is wild.
Yeah.
Not the voyage.
And I put an extra ad in the voyage.
But the cellar age. Yeah.
I put 3 ads instead of 2 because I normally do
Maker's
2.
Mark's got that
But
pull.
anyways, I told them to not go forward with the repairs.
Yeah.
I can buy the parts for $167
Sure.
and do it my fucking self.
Right.
It's a single pin.
I think before I did that, I would just call the other places that you
I called
talked
Rally.
about. Yeah.
They go, we don't work on the RS platform, sorry.
Yeah,
I go, what? I don't need you to work on the RS platform. I need you to work on the wiring
I'm going to
harness.
be honest. I did take a Volkswagen there once called a Jetta.
Yeah.
Took her there.
No, you went to the guy across the road.
No, I went to...
In the barn, I
Oh,
thought.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is Rally the one that just sells all the different cars?
Yes. So
okay,
they
yes.
work
I went to the
on
Volkswagen...
specific
yes.
guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. I was getting those mixed up. They're right next to each other, basically.
Yeah, it's like a half mile away.
But the guy does only Volkswagens or whatever.
Yep.
That guy, he's great.
Yeah.
Knows everything about all Volkswagens ever, which is really cool.
Yeah, very convenient.
Come to find out,
I could probably take my car
there
there.
were 3,000 of your cars
Yeah.
basically ever made.
4,000. It's close.
So
In 2018, we had like 4K
I told Ricky
in America.
because she goes, Ricky got my hopes up on your dad's car. Because she goes, where did you? And I went, oh, thank God. Like it did no damage. That's great, right? She goes, where did you? There it is. I went, fuck, babe. Babe, you can't.
Never mind.
I literally went, love you, gotta go. She's like, love you, I'm sorry. I just hung up because I'm like,
Yeah.
I can't do it
Yeah.
right now. Mentally, I can't fucking do it.
So you just went to Virtue and backed into a few more things?
I didn't
Like a tree or
back into
something?
shit. No,
Might as well. Fuck it. Send it.
the problem is I found there's been a metal rear bumper I've wanted for the 4Runner for a while.
Yeah.
It's $900.
So you had to hit 2 cars to get it.
No.
I get it.
Nope.
You could have
Because
just told your wife you wanted a metal bumper and she'd let you buy it.
Nope.
You didn't have to hit 2 cars.
this is the problem.
Okay.
All of the 4Runner rear bumpers, unless you go the high clearance ones, which I don't want,
Yeah.
all of the metal rear bumpers require your stock rear bumper, and then you cut and mount.
Oh, you can't do that. You barely got a stock bumper left.
So I can't do it anymore. The one I want requires the part that cracked on my bumper.
Perfect.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I was like, cool. So I called.
So your car that is designed to, run
Off-road.
over shit,
Yeah.
lost to a Ford Escape.
Didn't lose. If I'd have kept going, I would have won.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's a Focus. Ford Focus.
I would have won if I kept going.
Maybe.
Not financially,
No.
but
we both lose on that.
I would have won.
Yeah.
It would have driven over that if I would have kept going.
But needless to say, Audi, anyone from Thalen, if you're listening, fuck yourselves. I have another quote.
Except
coming.
the guy.
Yeah, that
you
guy
gotta
was
give
cool.
the guy credit.
The tech was cool.
To get a call from a dealer and say, hey, I need you to come remove the tune is unheard of, buddy. That is an unheard of thing.
Yeah.
That is a very lucky.
Well, it's only
thing to
because
happen.
they said the ECM was damaged and I needed a new
Sure.
one. And I said, well, you guys replaced it
Yes.
already. So you guys can now replace it again.
Right.
Because it would be a 12
It was
month,
under
12,000
warranty.
mile warranty when
Well,
they,
it was under warranty when they
when they
replaced
put
it,
in
yeah.
new parts. And I've been there since, I don't know,
Well, since you own the car.
May.
Since you hit the
after
deer.
I got it back in May-ish, I think, because they had it like 5 months.
Sure.
And now they've had it another month. And
Yeah.
then they had like a month before that.
Sure.
So they've owned the car 7 months of the 2 years that I've owned it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've owned it almost as long as I have.
So
So I have another quote coming from Lansing.
Because you hit a
or
deer. Did
Grand
you?
Rapids.
That's the move.
I tried to call Lansing. They hung up twice. So I called Grand
That's
Rapids,
weird.
and a guy is putting a quote together for me now.
That's the move.
I'll see
is
if their
calling
shop
somewhere
is
else.
$200 an hour. Because
Yeah.
if it's not, I'll go talk to Thalen and go, hey, weird. I got a quote for the exact same thing for less.
Yeah.
If it comes back to the same one, I'll be like, oh, okay, Audi Tech is just $200 an hour.
Yeah, that's the move. The move is to.
I'll find someone else.
The move is just to not go
I
to
don't need
Thalen,
an
but
Audi specific tech to put in a wire.
I think you do.
I
I
don't
think
think
you're
I
going
do.
to find that.
I don't think so.
You're going to find that anybody that's willing to trust the Audi dealership is going to be an Audi tech. Is going to you're going to
Yeah.
have to repay for troubleshooting at some point.
Yeah.
If you don't stay with an Audi tech.
I watched, I'm going to short sell this one
Sure.
100%. On Mighty Car Mods, they did a rebuild.
in Australia.
Yep.
Yep.
They had a guy from Haltech come in and repin an entire ECU,
Yes,
like
I know what you're
build
talking
a
about.
wiring
Yep.
harness for them. And he just in there, like,
Sure.
just made it look very
Guy makes
simple to put a
several
wire.
$100,000 a year.
Made it look very simple to put a wire in and out of the like the back
bet
of the
he
plug.
did.
Yeah.
That guy works for Haltech, buddy.
Yeah.
That guy's a bad motherfucker.
Yeah, he was.
That guy probably designs Holtec
Also
controllers.
said, I could be underselling this. Probably am.
Anybody that Mighty Car Mods has on is a motherfucker in the
Good
car
news
world.
is I could fuck it up, right? And still, I know what it costs for them
buddy,
to do it.
No, we're risking a lot.
About $1,200.
About a $40,000 car.
It wouldn't break the car
Because it
if that
just
wire,
goes to the O2 sensor?
Yes.
100% on that?
Yeah.
And if you cut the wire, the car will operate?
It gives the exact same error code that I'm getting right now.
All right.
It's just a faulted
Sure.
O2 sensor.
Right.
The car still runs.
Man, dude, I don't know.
Yeah.
What's interesting is you bought an expensive car.
Yep.
But you want to be cheap about it.
No.
Now.
I want to pay
I know,
a market
I know.
price
Yeah,
of a
yeah,
fucking mechanic.
Repair, yes.
$200 an hour is outlandish.
$200 an hour is pretty wild.
Yeah. I get like $100.
Especially when you drive a fucking
$100
Golf
an hour
R.
for a mechanic.
Yeah.
That seems reasonable.
You drive a
Like,
Golf R.
Yeah.
A glorified Golf R.
I do.
It's the same thing.
Yeah. Better engine though.
Different badge be $100 an hour. That's the wildest
It was
part.
a Honda. It's fucking free.
Yeah,
Free
it's
99
$40
an hour.
It's the wildest thing. Those 4 rings, buddy.
Yeah.
When you get those 4
just
rings,
make up a price.
Hey, I was gonna pitch you on this. I almost sent it to you the other night, but I didn't want to cause a divorce. So I found an Audi RS5 with 21,000 miles on it. Great shape, clean Carfax.
Okay.
52,
That's not bad.
buddy.
That's not bad.
Gorgeous, all black,
It's 4-door?
beautiful. Mm-hmm.
Because you got to have 4 doors.
I literally, well, especially, yeah.
Gotta have 4 doors.
I literally almost sent it to you and went, yeah, fuck it,
2
And
doors.
a dumper and
Stupid.
yeah, 2 doors are it's got to be like a Mustang or a muscle car to have 2 doors at this point. It makes
Yeah.
sense. Like I don't
Even
need
now, I don't ever want 2 doors.
no, but I'm saying
I'm
like,
old now.
But
I
those
want
cars
4
only
doors.
come in
Yeah.
2s. So if you're gonna give me a 2-door car,
Yeah.
it better be one of the cars that only comes in 2 doors. You know what I'm saying? An R8.
Yeah.
You're right. It didn't have 4. That's
I also
okay.
don't need a backseat in an R8. Like, fuck that shit.
Right.
Yeah, we're good. We know
Right.
what we bought
Yeah.
on that one.
With the Mustang,
But
it's the same.
An RS5,
It was a hatched RS5, so it was still they're still
It's an
slanted.
estate.
It looks like a sedan.
Yeah.
But the whole back opens up. So you get the
that.
more room.
I like
buddy.
that.
52.
Send it.
Facebook Marketplace.
What?
Swear to God. I swear to God, dude.
I don't trust it anymore.
Clean title. Looked at the Carfax because they had a link to the Carfax. I'm like, oh, it's totaled. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Clicked it.
52?
Not a single accident on the car. Looked mint, dude. 20,000 miles. Almost a new fucking car.
What year?
RS5. 19 or 20.
Okay, that's why.
New.
Yeah, no. But like
It's a B9 and a half.
Yeah, because they had an update in
No.
22.
The 10s aren't out yet.
You sure?
No, I don't believe so.
Because the RS3's updated
If the
in
10s,
22.
if the 10s are out,
Yeah.
the 10s would have to be a 3 or 24. 23 or
Because
24.
there's a 8V and an 8Y.
Okay.
And that, so there's not a
But they might not have done a whole model shift for
yeah,
that.
so it's not a model shift. It's just a facelift.
I see.
So like,
The hoods look better on those.
Okay.
Because they got like cooler. There's a design on the hood rather than
Yeah.
a flat hood. They
Yep.
look better. They
yeah,
do.
so there's like a half, like
Sure.
just a letter
Yeah,
change
yeah.
instead of a full like number change.
Yeah, that makes sense. The
Because I feel like they all changed in 22.
they might have the S5's got the new hood.
Yeah.
So the S4 because the
RS5 would be nice.
I'm telling you, Matt had one.
Quick tune.
Sounded good.
You can actually put a downpipe on
what's
that
on your
and
belly?
not have to take the entire engine apart too.
Yes.
I will say the inline 5 is got to be one of the best sounding Audi motors though.
I disagree entirely.
What?
No.
You kidding me?
The RS6 sounds like it eats human beings for fuel.
Well, that's a V8.
But it is one of the greatest sounding V8s currently available. The only thing I would put up next to it's the flat plane crank from the GT350.
Oh, Voodoo? Yeah.
That thing sounds like a fucking
It's nasty.
monster.
Man.
Buddy, an RS6 sound with like the sport
Have you
exhaust.
seen the
Oh
Performantes
my gosh.
are out now?
Just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Just beautiful.
They're performance, but I like
Sure.
to say Performante.
Yeah, it's the
Because
same
it's
word.
like a Ferrari.
Dude. That Origin honey, haven't drank it in a while.
Solid.
Just one of my favorite. Maybe like of the year from a uniqueness standpoint.
I
Maybe
still
my
need to
favorite.
get mine from
Adam.
Adam. Yeah. He just moving, so I didn't bother him about it.
What was I?
Ugh.
I wanted to talk about.
Golf?
No, I'm gonna get good at golf someday. That's
You're furthering your obsession?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
I love it.
I just bought new windows today. Man, they make those cheap. It's like
did
I
pay
have 3
up.
windows.
You
that
like
are,
to be, dude.
They're just so bad. They leak really bad. There's duct tape on them to stop all the bugs.
That's
from
what Gabby
coming in.
said.
Yeah. So we got 3 new windows coming. $4,000
That's just
installed. Yeah. They really get you on installation. I don't know how to do windows, so I'm gonna have to pay you to do that.
done windows, not well. They're sealed.
So
they're ugly as fuck.
The problem is,
they're in your house.
it's a barrier to the exterior of your house, and I would like them to not be fucked up.
Yeah.
So like that's one that I'll pay the money for and not risk it. My car though, we're risking it.
I would not.
Risking.
You just the problem.
I have all the OE parts. They
you don't
sent
have
me
the
all.
OE ECU.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, you mean you can buy them? You don't have them. You have the part list.
I have the part list.
Yes.
That I can just go into Audi and buy everything they said.
One way to make things more expensive is fuck it up.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're already upset about how expensive
I'll
it could
be pulling a pin. It's an output pin, so there's no it'd be 12 volts out.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm not arguing that the simplicity of the idea is there. I agree with you.
Yeah.
In theory.
Yeah. I feel confident enough on that one.
Dude, that's fucking crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel way more
touch it.
confident on doing something like that than doing like the downpipe in that car. Like removing the drive shaft and shit like that.
One sounds easier on paper.
Yeah. Repinning
Yes.
one pin on the ECU sounds way easier.
That sounds easier.
Yeah. Single pin.
They said 4 hours, which is crazy.
They quote everything high. You know that.
I don't know, man. Listen, I do think that
it's probably 5 foot of wire because it goes from the
that's
center
a long wire, buddy.
around and over.
I just don't know about that.
It's all visible.
Which is wild.
Like nothing is like tucked in. You're not removing body
That's why I want to
panels
watch
get
them
to
do it. I want to watch them do it.
It's all right up top.
Yeah, I want to watch them do it.
And not one of those had wrap in there to rewrap the loom.
Oh yeah, we talked about that. Yeah. They were getting zip tied 100%.
1,000%.
It's gonna look like this.
They're not even getting cut off either.
No,
it's
it's
just
this. They'll wrap it
enough.
around some shit.
RatS3.
Little spiral action. Oh, that car's ratted out. You're never gonna sell it to somebody that watches any of our shit.
There's nothing wrong with the car.
No, definitely not.
Like build wise, it's fine. Like it's structurally sound.
Because we're talking. Well, one of the doors is a little fucky.
No, I got that fixed.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
It was just an adjustment?
Yeah. I didn't know you could just adjust that.
Oh, you did tell me that.
yeah.
That little
where the door
the wiener
pit latch is at. So like they just adjusted it a few mils in and then retightened it down. It was like if I would have known that, I would have just done it.
Sure.
I didn't realize like there's a
they don't
slide.
look movable.
Yeah. It looks like they're riveted or
Yes.
like the pop rivet basically. So you just bolt it right there.
Looks like
I
it's
think
set
it's
forever.
actually on a slider.
Yeah.
So you can set the depth of the door.
That's fair.
Yeah. It makes sense.
There was something with Virtue I wanted to talk about.
Nah.
What was it? Oh, I was just going to pitch you an idea on here. What time is it in real life?
33.
Okay. So we can just talk about this here and then it doesn't have to go so much into a Virtue video.
Okay.
So, our Omen labels are very expensive.
Some would say too expensive.
Yep.
Me and you would be the sum.
Yep. So I was going through our invoices and how much, like why we owe a certain amount of money on brand, like labeling and branding and stuff.
$30,000.
And 33. And we already paid 9. So anyways,
Just for context.
the essence labels are done.
Yep.
And I'm going to put a hypothetical on this because I don't have it divided out in that way. So let's just going to pretend and follow me along on numbers for a second. Each essence label's $5,000. Let's just pretend, okay? So the bear, the bull, and the wolf are all 5 each. So $15,000 for the 3 they weren't. They were cheaper than that. But $15,000 for the 3 essence labels.
Yep.
I would say, you know what? We're good because we don't have to change them.
Ever.
We're done. Every American single barrel will be under that. Every rye single barrel will be under that. Every bourbon single barrel, so on and so forth. For $15,000 to be done until we literally rebrand the business.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like the end of the world if we're happy with them, right?
True.
So the Omen labels, the ideology behind the Omen labels was we were talking about trying to someday be able to hit 4 a year was the goal. So if we could hit 4 Omens a year, they would be an intentionally different blend on each Omen. There were 4 blends a year. And then it's just Sean and I's label to play with the whiskeys that we own and do things that we want, finishings and so on and so forth.
Yeah, they'd all be a one-off, very unique release. Each time that we drop.
Yep. One. Each in theory with a new character or hero to a label.
Yep.
So, if people like follow the channel along, then we have like the Baby Panther, we have the Night Stalker label, so we have those two done. There's another one that's actually almost done right now that was supposed to be a Christmas release, which we aren't going to end up hitting because
everything got pushed 6 months basically.
Well, I think we could hit you and I could hit I'm sure we could hit a blend target on it. I wanted the blend to be a port finished rye blend. Was my dream. And I can get the port barrels here probably by fucking Tuesday, but we also need the finishing time, which is a sit and wait game, right?
There's 2 7-year ones that we have would probably be really cool in a port
to just
barrel.
finish with.
Yeah.
But the problem is we need the blends to be bigger.
Yeah.
Because that's probably going to be...
It would knock off the back end.
Hopefully, in theory, yeah. But, and like the barrels could get here, but if we want to finish for, 12 months, it doesn't work. We just can't speed that up, right? So anyways, and I don't know that we do, but obviously...
We can play music at it.
We could vibrate it.
Yeah.
Yep. We could. I think somebody makes tools that vibrate or something. You know what I mean? Some people have them in their bedrooms and stuff. But anyways, so what I was going to say was...
I'm pitching a magic wand fucking virtue release.
Just put it in the... Dude, imagine you plug it in and you just set it in the bung and just sit the whole time. But anyways, so where we're at was real numbers, just to because I don't give a shit if everybody knows, but
we're broke. Those are the real numbers.
No. The problem is so the Baby Panther label itself was $5,000. The discussion and the quotes that we had around some things were a little bit different than that. I guess they were left a little bit gray area, and then I had created a little scope creep with wanting
other
to
projects.
Add things. This took longer than expected. Like when you work in IT, especially on the project side of IT, the longer the project takes, the more scope creep there is.
That's in every industry.
It is 100%. But there's a lot of people that work in IT and understand scope creep. Like people walk in and just ask you to do something in the middle of the project. Sometimes you can do it, sometimes you can't. These are things that just happen. But the problem is if this project is 3 months, the scope creep's going to be small because you're going to bang it out while we're doing other shit.
But that's every job. So in
I
analytical,
know. I'm just relating it to
so
my
it's
experience.
Like we would go in and then you'd find something else out and they go, well, let's explore this avenue.
Right, but it's not even finding shit out. The problem is like I have a job to do for 8 months.
We added,
and we talked initially about this being 4 to 6. This is the conversation I had with them. It's been over a year. So if our project is 4 to 6 months, in that 4 to 6 months, I know what you're going to get done. And then in theory, I have a general idea as to where we're going to be at. So I didn't plan out where we're going to be at in a year in the grand scheme of labels, right? So anyways, we get into Essence labels within our contract or quote or whatever. We're 2 Essence labels, which were done. Was 1 Omen label, which is done now, but it's not out. So anyways, it was 3 labels. Well, now we have 3 Essences. We actually almost have 3 Omens almost.
Yeah.
And so we do have way more labels than we're supposed to. We had 2 merch drops that I had asked for during. We had
They've done a lot.
We redesigned the owl. We did other things. There were things that cost money.
We've changed tooling.
I created scope creep.
Yeah.
But the project took significantly longer than expected. So it is it's partially my fault. It's partially
we also weren't ready either though. So it kind of always got kicked down the road because we didn't have everything in place yet.
No, none of that has anything to do with them at all.
Oh.
No, that's all. They don't give a shit.
Oh.
Because
I thought it was always kind of like we told them like, take your time, just work on it. We're still waiting.
No.
Yeah.
Oh no. I told them to take their time on the volume label. That's true. And that's not done anyways. Yeah. And that wasn't that is supposed to intentionally be a different quote. That's supposed to be a different project with them. So anyways, and I love them. Jacob, our designer, I fucking love Jacob.
Yeah.
Jacob's amazing.
Get up here now.
So needless to say, the problem came in with Baby Panther cost $5,000. Now, if Night Stalker, which was the first one that we had designed, cost $5,000, it's like cool. This was the first concept of Omen.
Yeah.
This is us figuring out what we like and how we like it and whatever. Baby Panther was just a shift, still stained glass, still the sides are the same, different character in the middle.
Yep.
The problem is Baby Panther was $5,000.
Yeah. So we can't afford to do $20,000 a year.
Our plan is to do 4 a year, $20,000 in design.
Yeah.
This doesn't have to do with fucking printing. Doesn't have to do with shipping. Doesn't have to do with the barrels. Doesn't have to do with glass. Any part of packaging outside of design.
Yeah.
So $20,000 a year in design right now with
Would
the
be a lot.
volumes that you and I are
Yeah.
even estimating. If we do a 5-barrel blend, 20 grand, $5,000 in a label design is a fucking shit ton.
Yeah.
And 5 barrels of whiskey. So now if our fucking blends were Midwinter Night's Dram at 189,000,
180,000
hey,
bottles.
you know what? Rip it.
We don't have 180,000 bottles of volume total.
How many barrels is that?
I mean, even if you say
175.
200
Sure. Make it easy.
barrels.
189,000 divided by what
I was
do you
doing
want? 200?
190 divided by 200. So you got to go
99.
100 barrels?
Yeah, we could do that.
No, we couldn't.
What do you mean? Yes, we could. We got 160.
All right, I got to do a quick little update here. I don't know how Dan used a calculator, and I told him to do 190,000 divided by 200, and he came up with 99. The answer is 950, so I'm not 100% sure what he hit. So everything that you hear us talking about right now is based off the assumption it was 99 barrels, and it's not.
I didn't say it would be good. I just said we could do it. If we blended 2/3 of our stocks together, we could make a lot of whiskey.
It would be the shittiest blend ever known to man.
There's literally would be some like 3-month-old distillate in there. They're like legit. It would just be nonsense in there, dude. But anyways, so all of this to say, we have to pivot on the idea here. Now, there were initially I had a couple thought processes. One of my thought processes was we solidify Omen to a non-changing label with a changing belly band or something. Keep the stained glass, maybe throw Omen down the center of a stained glass window or something.
Yeah.
Jacob, the design he'd figure this out. But this is one thought I had. We changed the belly band. The label's consistent. The belly band changes. Design costs go to almost zero.
Yeah.
Similar to Essence, right?
Yeah, I think we're going to have to.
Well, I thought the same thing. And then
Once a year, we could do something cool under a different label, though.
Well, I pitched to Matt from
we already have 3 of.
Right. I pitched to Matt from the design company that, hey, and maybe we do one of these once a year, and it's our limited every year, right? And we just do one, and that's $5,000 a year, and we know it's going to be that, and we plan on that. Well, then
we got 3 years worth of labels then.
As I was, of those. And then I was sitting there talking to Ricky last night about this problem and how I was like, I just can't figure it out because I'm just not super satisfied with that idea. Then I thought to myself, what we could do is we already have 3. We could have 4 because we have a different problem that you and I haven't discussed yet. We don't have a label in which we can say, this is our double oaked blended cask strength release, like over and over. Like, let's say you and I want a SKU.
Okay.
Think of the benchmarks. We have full proof and a top floor and a single barrel and a fucking whatever, right?
Okay.
Think of like SKUs kind of like that. Midwinter Night's Dram is a port finish SKU every year.
Yeah.
Right? Rio's a honey Amburana.
Yep.
It's the same SKU and it's batched.
Do we need that SKU right now, though?
I think that we need that eventually.
Okay.
So I think that we need a SKU that is, hey, we want to release a barrel proof. The volume labels are not barrel proofs, right? They're intentionally low proofs.
Yep.
Eventually we need, this is our barrel proof rye. This is our barrel proof bourbon. These are repeatable and simpler to manage. So as I was trying to think through these problems, like this is just something that's been like, eventually maybe we want a wine finishing series or something. Doesn't have to be the same
these
wine.
These are growing pains down the road.
Right.
Yeah, we don't have anything lined up for that stuff.
No, we don't. No. But, buddy, once we start finishing that stuff, we're going to have that problem in 6 to 12 months.
Maybe.
That's real. That's how it works. We're going to want to bottle that because it can't sit in the finishing barrel for fucking 4 years. Right?
Yeah.
So these aren't things that we can come up with on the spot and have done. These are things that have to be thought of ahead of time. So I thought to myself, you know what we could do with Omen? It would solve all of the finance problems. We have them make one more fucking animal that we pick.
Yeah.
We have 4 labels.
Yeah.
One of them is an annual limited every year. It's the one that they're working on right now because whenever like Jacob's shown like 2 proofs, that's it.
Yep.
That will be the coolest fucking label we have, I think by far, from an annual limited
Flamingo
winter release. It's a reindeer. It's going to be, I think, hopefully it turns out the way it looks
goring into Santa
Claus. It is not so much goring into Santa. But I thought to myself, what we could do is just turn the 4 or 5 almonds, however many we decide we want, into those SKUs.
Okay.
Night Stalker is always, and this is just hypothetical, it can be anything.
Double
Night Stalker is always a double-barreled barrel-proof release.
Okay.
Always.
Yep.
And then we do Night Stalker Volume 1,
Change belly
Volume
bands
2,
then.
Volume 3, and we chapter them with volumes.
Yep.
Volume follows Omen, like the wording, like the characteristic,
Yeah,
the feel to it. We do a volume of Night Stalker every year. We do 1 volume or 2 volumes or 3 volumes.
You'd be doing like Axe on Midwinter.
Right.
Scenes in Axe.
Right. With volumes instead of, Yep. But
Volume
it would allow us to keep.
That'll get them.
We never have to buy new tooling.
Yeah.
Every Omen we had, it was budgeted. We were buying new foil tooling for every Omen ever.
Yes, we would have
which
to.
is $800. So that was an added cost that we were going to eat in every Omen.
Yes.
We would only have to buy these toolings 1 time for each label now.
Great.
We could keep the 4 or 5. We keep Night Stalker.
Yeah.
We make whatever once. And we're going to pay $25,000 for 5 of them.
Yeah.
But they're like Essence where we're continuing those forever.
Yeah.
And the tooling cost goes away entirely after 1 buy now.
I hate that idea.
We save a lot of money.
Yeah.
And we still get the cool shit that we liked, which is nice. I think we pick 1 or 2 more Omens and we call those. You know what I mean? Time is it?
45.
Okay. We got about 7 more minutes. 5 more minutes.
Well, I got this nice comfy cat. Did you ask me for a cat carrier and then bring one?
No, Ricky just found. I don't know where Ricky got that. I got out of my car, or she got out of her car and set that on my hood.
Gotcha. I was
Don't
gonna
know
say, 'cause
why.
I brought one for you.
She bought it because it
those
has
little
a
fellas.
sticker on it.
Oh.
Because we didn't have one. But yeah, I don't know. I think that solves a lot of our problems. I think it future proofs the finishing
bit, yeah.
series and stuff
Yeah.
that we want.
It also would like redirect some cost to
All of it.
be like a long-term
Mm-hmm.
fix instead of, well, we have these for 3 years or say, and then down the road we eventually need to spend $5,000 again.
Yes. And like Ricky said, she goes, you also have to take into consideration you're going to run out of things to put on those labels someday.
Oh yeah.
She goes, that's down the road, but someday realistically, it's not infinite.
Yeah.
So someday you probably end up rebranding Omen because
Yeah.
of that problem. And she's like, so I think that your idea behind that is right, where you keep ones you want, and we
Yeah.
just make sure they're the ones we like that turned out really well.
Yep.
The one that Jacob is still just fucking teeing off on.
Yeah.
I'd asked him for a reindeer for a winter release to do a port finish rye so that we could make a better midwinter night's ram, right? Was the goal. Because I think that we can. So anyways, this was the
I'm
goal.
glad that you think we can.
I genuinely believe we
I
can.
love the fire that you got.
Yeah,
in there.
100%. I
Yeah.
think we can. This year's was actually good, thank God. But I
year's
do
was
think that
very
we
good.
can make a really good port finish rye. Anyways, that being said, the one that he's making, I asked him for a reindeer in a wintry theme.
Yeah.
He was like, what if we made this like a legitimately
Satanic.
insanely limited looking bottle? Like when it sits on a shelf,
Yeah.
it will look wild. And
That's
I'm
what we
like,
want. Yeah.
rip that
That's the
off
point.
and just see what happens. He was like, what if all of the lines were bronze foil? And I was like, let's just see what it looks like. Fuck it. And
I haven't seen this yet.
me
so-
neither. I haven't seen what that looks like.
Yeah.
Like this is a thought in his
Yeah.
head. And I'm like, listen, rip that and let's just see what the fuck happens.
Yeah.
Hopefully it looks like the coolest fucking thing of all time in theory. You know what I mean?
That'd be nice.
If it doesn't, we'll have to change
we'll
some
change
shit.
it. Yeah,
we'll
it's fine.
definitely
We'll
change
get it
some
there.
shit. But needless to say, I do think that could grant us, I think it could solve 2 problems at once for us.
Yeah, I agree on that.
A long-term problem and a short-term problem.
Yeah.
Short-term being
You switch over
5
to
20 grand a year.
Basically doing what we have now. Essence is covered under the 3 labels.
Yep.
We make Omen into 4 or 5 different
Yep.
labels, cover them in different chapters
Yep.
in volumes.
Yep. And I think like every time you see a Night Stalker, and we just make it apparent that it's what volume it is or whatever.
Yeah.
But every time you see a Night Stalker, you go, oh, I know that's a double-barreled whatever it is, right?
You got to do it in like pink, something like bright.
Pink.
Do like a Roman numeral, like pink, like bright,
You think pink's gonna fit on that label right there?
like down here. If you just do like
Just
if it was
a
on the belly band,
bright pink.
just a number 2. You know what I'm talking?
I agree with the big front number, 100%. Pink's interesting on a red, gold, and green label.
Yeah, be nice and bright.
Everyone every time you see pink in a store, you just know it's
Yeah.
ours because nobody else is using
You
pink
could do
for
like a
shit.
nice bright red or something. Like
Yeah,
that
anything
too.
that's bright.
Yeah.
But yeah, we just have to make it visible. The
Yes,
whole point
I
of
agree.
Omen was that it needed to be visible from behind the counter.
Yeah.
You needed to know what you were buying.
I don't know
without
who
pulling
commented
it down.
and we haven't shot a podcast in forever, but someone said your labels are hideous, and I said go fuck yourself.
That's aggressive.
I don't think I did.
They're not for everybody.
Yeah, that's what I said.
They don't have to be.
was like-
They're not for the old heads.
I do believe I said hot take,
Yeah, they're not for the old heads. They won't ever be. So
but what I meant to type was go fuck yourself. And I just said hot take.
There's a lot of people that aren't going to like them. There's a lot of people that aren't going to like them because they're
loud.
They're not like everything else in whiskey right now.
Old. Everyone wants to go
very
old.
Unique. Yeah.
Everyone wants to be legacy.
Yeah.
But it's a difficult thing to have.
Well, here's the thing. When I sign us a Virtue deal with a fucking professional sports team because of those, everybody can go fuck themselves.
Yeah, you think that'll happen? We're gonna pay someone wear our logo?
No. Buddy, those could be sports teams' whiskeys. We could do a spin-off Essence.
Not agree.
I guarantee it. We could spin off Essence into fucking put the Lions on the front of that bottle. That's real. That could happen. That's a real thing. Not this year. I didn't say this year. Did you say this year?
Yeah.
No.
When they're good. You gotta go
when they're
hot.
good.
Yeah.
No, buddy, we get in when they're bad.
We need to go back about
our stocks
4 years ago.
Well, in 2 years they'll be bad again. Yeah. Our stocks shoot through the roof when they get good again.
Yeah.
The Ravens, think of everything's a fucking animal, buddy. Yeah. This all aligns very well with all sports teams.
Yeah, we can get a lion on there.
A Raven? Yeah. A Colt, some would say.
Colt?
Yeah. The Indianapolis one?
Yeah.
Needless to say. Yeah, I think
Tigre?
I think the sky's the limit with that stuff, but because I feel like they're modern enough. This is why people aren't going to like them.
Yeah.
The modern take on like not boring, not legacy, like an intentionally new product, an intentionally new thing.
Are you just fibbing it? Because your foot here feels so good. Like he's just chilling.
Yeah, it's fucked, dude.
Like look at
and he's scratching the couch and shit.
He's grabbing meat.
Yeah, and his leg's fucked. I'm gonna have to tell the haunting story on the next one. I gotta take Cookie to the vet.
Forgot about that. Sorry.
I'll never forget about it for the rest of my life.
Good. Is it Virtue or here?
No, it's here.
Yeah.
It's in Holden's bedroom.
That's unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
Rather be. Well, Virtue's definitely haunted.
Virtue is. This was visceral. Is how I would explain this one.
Is today Wednesday?
Thursday.
No, today's Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yeah,
that's what I said.
Ryan never messaged me. He's supposed to be there to do water.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Got to get that fixed. Been tightening it up. The entire bottom it was leaking out of was like hand tight. It's a pipe. He didn't put that one on. That came from wherever he ordered it on. But the schedule works, so I can.
That's good.
Put that on.
That's good.
So it'll run 7 minutes for every hour on the hour.
Thankfully, he's helpful.
He is very nice. Very helpful.
Very helpful. Is how. Yep.
Anyways, this has been another pour.
Yep.
We're gonna cut this one a little short.
I gotta go. Cookie's gotta go to the doctor.
Because Cook's gotta go to the vet
right now,
and we need him to get fixed because he is our cat. He's our cat, and I mean our cat as a community. Yeah, go boy.
Yeah, the difference is those vet bills aren't ours, are they? Holy shit, this fucking cat. He's an outdoor cat, never had a vet bill in my life for that cat. And all of a sudden he's like, hey man,
no,
I'm going to need a Gucci collar and a fucking vet trip every month right now.
Yeah, but he's a good cat though.
Jeez, the last one's fucking $400 or some shit. I'm sure this one will be a couple hundred at least. Excuse me?
It's not bad.
It's an outdoor fucking cat. I didn't buy the cat.
You love this cat.
No, you got to understand.
You love this
when
cat.
you buy an animal, you incur vet costs.
Yeah.
I didn't buy him.
But you love this
Bought
cat.
the fucking house.
It came with the cat.
He lived here.
And you love him.
Now he costs money. It's so annoying.
He's a good cat.
I like him a lot.
Yeah.
It's just fucking stop fighting shit
You
outside.
would be sad if he was gone.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah. So
100%.
Suck it up.
Also, it would be free.
You know what? You know what I love? That car out there.
Sure. Your
Stop
dad's car?
Stop
Your dad's?
hitting it.
I got to pay for that too. Motherfucker, dude. I got so much shit to pay for at this point.
If I throw tax and shipping and stuff in there too.
You got it off Amazon.
No.
Your dad found one on Amazon.
No.
One of my favorite conversations
match.
I've ever heard from your father. Ever, by the way. Ever.
Okay, so we're sitting there. I asked my dad.
Oh my gosh.
He said he found one on Amazon. I said, send me the link.
On speakerphone in Virtue.
Then what did he say to me?
He goes, I found one, it matches the car, $130. Found it on Amazon. Sean's like, why don't you just order it and we'll pay you back? He goes, I don't have Amazon. Exact quote. Yeah. I'll never forget him saying, I don't have Amazon. Sean goes, all right, Dad, you know what? Just send me the link. He goes, well, that is beyond my technical ability, is what he said. I was laughing so fucking hard,
across
dude.
the room. I could hear Dan laughing.
Oh my gosh,
all
I was
Virtue.
dying. The funniest thing, listen, when you say I don't have Amazon and follow that up with I don't have the technical ability to share a link with you.
All right, Dad, you in public? He goes, yeah. I go, ask anyone around you to share a link and they will teach you how to do that. And you can just send me the link. He figured it out.
It was
Thank
phenomenal.
God. He pushed the button that says share.
Yeah.
And then kicked it over a text.
He literally then starts telling Sean before he gets off the phone, if you just search for 2000 blah, 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 Ford, like he starts reading the title of it.
It'd be the third one down.
It was so funny. It was
I don't need
absolutely
this.
hilarious.
I'll just figure it out.
It was so
I ended up
funny.
ordering one.
I was going to say, I'm sure it was easier for you to just find one than it was to go
The one he
through.
sent me was not an OEM one.
Oh, it wasn't?
So I went and bought an OEM one.
Should have picked up
'Cause
some
it actually
sweet
had, like,
aftermarkets. Some sweet ones
The
for that
problem
car.
is that thing has like halogen lights that suck.
Yeah.
It shows you the road 6 feet in front of your car,
Sure.
and that's it.
If I had hit your car, I would have ran it over so we could total it, and I'd
have
just pay your deductible.
The headlight on my car is
$2,000.
$2,500.
Yeah, no, I'm aware. When I hit it, I was like, if this were Sean's car, I'd have kept going. I'd have monster trucked it, and I would have paid the $500 deductible or whatever.
Maybe I'd get the O2 sensor lighter
I would
covered too.
Because I was like, I'm not paying fucking $2,000 for a Audi headlight.
My headlight is more expensive than his just
Enclosure,
the bulb
yeah.
is more expensive than his entire headlight.
By multiples, by exponential.
The bulbs were $700 for that car.
Yeah. No,
the enclosure was either $2,000 or $2,500.
I'd have squished your car.
Why?
I'd have grave diggered it.
Why?
I would have.
You might as well get your dad's tractor down here and just smash it with the
Then
bucket
flip it
over and over.
We could flip it over with a forklift.
Yeah.
Light it on fire.
100%.
Say somebody vandalized it.
Yeah.
That's comprehensive. That's the move. Vandalism's comprehensive.
Yeah.
$100 deductible.
And
I'd have paid that.
If anyone wants
Cheers.
to come firebomb my car, that'd be great. Let me get all the camera stuff out of there first. But this has been another pour. Thank you guys for being here.
See you guys later. Let's go cook. You gotta go to the doctor.
You're gonna love it.
He doesn't hate it there. I just hold it.